morning everybody, Mrs. Webb here for Thursday's literacy lesson. Today we're going to carry on learning all about Chinese New Year, and we're going to focus in particular on one way of celebrating Chinese New Year, and that is the opening of fortune cookies. So if you remember in the story yesterday, the little girl Samantha, when she was having her special meal with her family, they opened fortune cookies as part of their celebration. Now today I really wanted to have a fortune cookie here to open with you guys at home so that you could see exactly what one looked like and what it was like. Open one and read the message inside. And I went to Bromsgrove at the weekend and I went to where the Chinese supermarket was to see if I could get fortune cookies, and the Chinese supermarket had closed, so it wasn't there anymore, and I couldn't find any supermarket fortune cookies. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to show you on YouTube instead, because that's the next best thing that I could think of to show you. So in a little minute, we'll have a look at YouTube and we'll watch somebody else opening a fortune cookie so you can get the idea of what they're like. You might already have some at home, maybe on a different Chinese New Year, if you're lucky. And speaking of luck, that's part of the reason that fortune cookies are opened and eaten at Chinese New Year. There is a big focus on the idea of luck. When the new year is celebrated, people like to think that the next year will be a lucky year for them, full of good luck and good times. That's why the lucky colour red is worn lots, and the lucky red envelopes with money are given. And fortune cookies are another way of opening up a message that will hopefully bring them a lucky message about what's waiting for them in the year ahead. So if I share my screen, let's have a little look at somebody opening some fortune cookies. Okay, here we go. I make it a bit bigger and we can see there is the pot of fortune cookies. Okay, and if I press play, somebody's going to take one out. Okay, so you can see they come in a special golden foil wrapper, and there is a lucky red dragon on the front there, and it's been opened up. Can you see there's a little gap there, and there's a message inside. You have to snap the cookie and then pull out the message inside, and it says you will make changes for the better, and then there's the Chinese writing underneath. So that was the first message, that in that person's new year they were going to make some changes to make their life better. So that's a nice positive lucky message, isn't it? Let's look in the next one. So there's the fortune cookie. It's been snapped open and the message is out, and it says, let's have a look, you will enjoy peace and harmony in your home. What a lovely message when we're all stuck in lockdown at the moment, stuck at home. To know that we're going to have peace in our household is probably a really nice message to have at New Year, isn't it? Peaceful household. We'll have one more. What will this one say? You will enjoy true success in whatever you do. So again, a really happy, positive message that you're going to be successful. That means you're going to do really well at whatever you do. I'll let this be the last one because it's almost open while Mrs. Webb's been talking anyway. Let's have a little look. Someone is speaking well of you. Again, we can see that if somebody is speaking well of us, it means somebody is saying good things about us. So all those messages inside the cookie are all really happy, positive messages. Somebody's saying nice things about us, or we're going to have a nice, peaceful house, or we're going to be really successful. That means do really well at all the things we choose to do. So at Chinese New Year, when they open a fortune cookie, it gives a really happy, positive message that makes us feel that the new year ahead is going to be a good one. So I thought what we could do for our literacy today is we could make our own little fortune cookie messages. And so to do that, you're going to get yourself a little piece of paper. You don't have to do it now though, because I'm going to show you, and you can always do it after the video. But a little piece of paper, and have a go at thinking of a message that you might put on here. Now, to help you with that, I've popped a little sheet on the website, on the home learning page for reception for today, for Thursday, so you can have a look at it with your grown-ups, and it might give you some good ideas. So if I have a look, I should be able to pop it up for you. Can you see? It says fortune cookie fortunes, and your grown-ups will be able to help you with some of the reading. But you will see as well lots of tricky words on here that you will be able to start to read now. So the first one up here says, you are very kind. That would be a nice message to open, wouldn't it? Somebody was telling you that you're very kind. If we go across, because we read in this direction, perhaps you can help me to read this word here. What have we got? We've got keep. So keep. Oh, and there's the tricky word be. Keep being. And then what's this tricky word? You. Keep being you. That's an important message, isn't it? To read and to believe that you are absolutely fantastic. Just as you are, you don't need to change. You have to keep on being you. So that might be a nice message you want to pop in your fortune cookie. Underneath, we've got here, what's that tricky word again? You can do it. You can do it. I think that's quite a good one. We've all had times, I was expecting this last half term, where we thought, oh, this is too hard. And that's the grown-ups and the children. And we had to say to ourselves, you can do it, keep going. So that might be a really nice message to go in fortune cookie. We've got the next one over here, tricky word be a friend indeed. Be a friend, that's an important one, isn't it, to be a good friend to people? We're all missing our friends while we can't see them and can't wait for the time when we can go and play with them again. So being a good friend is one to look forward to, isn't it? Underneath here, we've got sharing is caring. So that's a really important one, isn't it, to share with others. I like this one though. We've got our diagram aim for the stars. If we aim for the stars, we're aiming really high. So we're aiming to always do our best. So aim for the stars is a message you might want to pop in your fortune cookie. We've got another one down here that we've got, you have a heart of gold. You're very kind-hearted, we might say that, mightn't we? Or you are super duper. That's a lovely one, isn't it? That's what your teachers have thought about you all at home. Lots in the last half term that you are super duper. You are special and important. And then over here we've got, don't worry, be happy. And that's what we want for all of you as well. No worries and everyone being happy. So there's lots of different ideas and you could pick one of those to go in your fortune cookie. And it doesn't have to be one of those. You might have a really good idea of your own about a nice message that you could give to somebody. Absolutely up to you. And then, as I said, if you get yourself a little piece of paper, not too big, because it's got to be folded up like they did in the video, and then you can have a go at writing your message. Now, if I do it on a little piece of paper, I don't think you're going to be able to see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to practice it on a whiteboard. I'm going to get my pen, which has fallen on the floor here, and we'll have a go. So I need to think about my message, which one was my favourite. I think I really liked the one that said, you can do it. Because as I said before, we've all had times in these last few weeks where I thought, oh, I don't want to do it, or I don't think I can do it. And actually, to keep believing you can do it is so, so important. So, you can do it. 4 words. And can you tell your grown-up what have we got to remember for our sentences now? You're experts at it at this stage, I think. At the start, we need a capital letter, that's right. So I'm going to put a CL, the capital letter up here. And at the end, we'll need a full stop. And between our words, we need to remember our finger spaces. That's right. Finger there. It reminds me. And all the way through, it's really important in reception that we are writing using our phonics. So if your message has some tricky words in, as long as you're using your phonics, that's absolutely fine. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfectly spelled. And I know that sounds a bit funny, but in reception, you need to just be using the sounds that we have learned. And if you're doing that, fantastic, that would be perfect. So we know what we've got to remember, and we know that Mrs. Webb's message is going to be, you can do it. So the first word is the tricky word, you. So I know if it's a tricky word, I've just got to remember it. Or I can have a look on a tricky word map or tricky word bookmark that you might have at home from one of your packs to remember. So I know it's letter Y, and this is what a capital letter Y looks like. So I know from my little note I need a capital letter, and then it's letter O and letter U. And that is the tricky word, you. Okay, you. And then my next word was can. You can. So I'm going to remember my finger space so that my words are spread out. And then what's the first sound that I can hear in can? That's right, it's k. And then next I can hear ah. Ah. And then the last sound, ah, you can. Okay, so you can. Next I need a finger space, well done, and it's the word you can do. Okay, do is a tricky word. Okay, it's okay to ask your grown-up for a little bit of help with that, or to just use your phonics so we can hear the d, and then the do sound in tricky word do is just spelled with an O. So we have got you can do, and then one last word. What was the last word in my sentence? It. Well done, you can do it. Make it. Is that it? Is my sentence done? Hopefully you're shouting at the telly or the screen. No, not yet, because I need a full stop. So there is my message for my fortune cookie. You can do it. Have I got my capital letter? Yes, I have. I'll give it a little tick. Have I got my full stop? Yes, I have. Have I got finger spaces? Yeah, I've got one there, and then I had to start a new line, didn't I? But I remembered to come back over here. So I can tick that one, and I've used my phonics if it wasn't a tricky word. So there is my New Year's message for Chinese New Year. And then what I've done, that you can see, I have popped it onto a piece of paper. So I have wrote you can do it here. And I then got my red pen to decorate with lucky red, because Chinese New Year has got the lucky red colour in it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it up. So write your message and then have a go at decorating it. You might want to do a Chinese dragon or a lion from the lion dances that we've seen on the videos. Or you might want to just do patterns. You might want to have a go at some Chinese writing that we've seen. And then fold it up. And then if you'd like to, you could have a go at making a paper fortune cookie by cutting out a circle. You could just draw some bits around something, or actually grown up through a circle. And then you could decorate it with your pens, make it look really pretty. And then if you fold it in half, like this, and pop your fortune inside, and just a bit of sellotape around it. And there we go. So I've turned into a really beautiful presenter with our sellotape, filming a video. And you could give that to somebody in your household as their very own special Chinese New Year message, and then they could open it up and read your lovely writing inside. So you could decorate it as well, so it looks really pretty around the outside. So that is your literacy challenge today, to have a little look at the messages on the website, or come up with your own if you want to. Just choose one of them to write as a special message, and you could make it into a fortune cookie of your own out of paper. Brilliant. Okay, thanks for listening, reception, and I'll speak to you all later. Bye.